So in the end, he once again went back to the fact that even the demons have something of their own kind that they loathe. Because in this arc, the demons have been played in a sympathetic light. And although it's pretty understandable why they would detest it, it turns out that even demons also have standards in destructions. Because apparently Indra, or the beasts of destructions, or the incarnations of the destructions, are fearsome beasts that exist only within the demon world, which is actually pretty interesting. I mean, demon world. We know that there is a demon world, but we don't know exactly where. And apparently, they are so powerful and dangerous that even their own kind, hosts and masters, loathe them. And that, given for the power of the demons, says something. Yes, I am talking about Nanatsu no Taizai, of course, chapter 207. It was faster in getting translated this time. The Moon Spieto and they have entered that foam in order to combat Ludiciel. Turns out that as Galan and Fraudrin temporarily retreats, Galan tells Fraudrin that apparently all superior demons can enter this form, but only if they sacrifice 6 of their 7 hearts in order to form a contract with the darkness. And actually, I have to criticize that, forming a contract with the darkness. I know it's the darkness power that they have, but I would have preferred if they had formed a contract with the Demon King. I mean, we still don't get too much in attention on that person. However, it's by forming a contract with the darkness and sacrificing 6 of 7 hearts, then they are able to unleash a true nature of a superior demon, which is the Indra of the beast of destruction. However, Galen notes that if the body is not over 50,000 in power level, then they will not endure the transformation, which answers the question if why didn't Galen and Merashkaila enter this form in this flashback? Simply because they do not have the power level to it. Which also implies that at least I forgot the power level Moon Spieto and but they at least have the power level currently for this. So either way, they fight Ludiciel and manage to do a lot of it. Even though, and then later on, even the other 4 archangels try to help, but Moonspitz just put them down and gives them very big beatdown. He also talks in a mysterious language when he does that. Seems to imply that you remember Merlin, when she talked, she also had a similar language style. Are you telling that Merlin may very well be related to Indra? That Balalel's daughter, wasn't Balalel some kind of devil or demon or whatever in different mythology? Maybe Balalel was an Indra, although the demon does say that they were fearsome and dangerous beasts, so it seems very unlikely that she would be. Either way, Meliodas finds Elisabeth and breaks through the light barrier despite the danger, because it's not exactly sure on who created that barrier in order to protect Elisabeth, but Meliodas breaks through the barrier and picks up Elisabeth, as she can only cry because she blames herself for all of this. She is not to blame for this, but because she was a pawn in all of this. And that's the most heartbreaking part. All she wanted was peace. All she wanted was to help. But she was manipulated by an archangel and became the reason for the 4 archangels' massacre of innocent demons. And for Thor, a very pure-hearted goddess that is actually very kind, that's extremely heartbreaking. She couldn't do anything and she feels powerless. As Meliodas says, you are not to blame for this. I will figure something out. Elisabeth pushes Meliodas away, saying, You must not keep getting hurt over this." As Elisabeth stands before the Indra, she proclaims she will stop this. Her drive to stop the hatred has not ended. However, what awaits now? We all remember that. You all remember the fact that the goddess Elisabeth is dead, and the fact that Meliodas has many times said that he needs to become that powerful of his former self in order to protect her. Protect her from what? That's a good question. Still not exactly getting an answer here. However, Elisabeth stands now before the Indra. She, with eyes of light, she will stop this, she says. However, if she succeeds, that's another story. As next chapter is called Elisabeth versus Indra. I highly doubt Elisabeth actually has the power level. I mean, Goddess Elisabeth really has the power level to fight the Indra. I mean, don't get me wrong, I wish she had, but I don't think she does. But I still want to have that question answered. It's the fact that it's noted again, as I said in another Nanatsu no Taizai review, perhaps in the last week, is the fact that all the four archangels talks to Elisabeth with respect. Well, maybe respect is a bit black and white word, but what I mean with respect, I mean they always call her Lady Elisabeth, and I need to know why. Is it because she has famous roots, or is it because her power level really is eclipsing that of the four archangels? I highly doubt it. I highly doubt Elisabeth was a powerful goddess, but she does have a high rank given the four wings. Either way, enough about that. She stands before the Indra, and if this is where the goddess Elisabeth died, then we can almost guess what would have happened after that. Meliodas must have lost himself in his wrath again, and then perhaps attacked the Indra in such rage and destroyed them, and perhaps even destroyed the four archangels because he blames them for Elisabeth's situation. Would also explain why Meliodas have increased hatred for his kind. I mean, they blame him for the demon clan blame him for a lot of their misfortune, saying like they suffered total defeat because of him. And now, given this flashback and Elisabeth's May fate, it could very well mean that they mean that it was Meliodas in the end that single-handedly stopped all the 10 Commandments. Still doesn't exactly answer the question on how they were sealed, though, given the fact that they were sealed by Meliodas' sword handle and Elisabeth's blood. So, who knows? Either way, enough about that. What awaits, no one knows. Give me your thoughts if you have any.